Hey guys, me. I just needed to take a minute and share my story with you. So, this story is going to start with a numbers game. The first numbers in this story are 14, 220, and 16. I can clearly remember being 14 years old, and I was a size 16, and I was going to a school dance, and I could not decide on the correct outfit to wear. And I remember trying on probably 4 or 5 different pair of pants and going to the scale and stepping on them and saying, I'm in middle school and I weigh 220 pounds. And that's not cool. That's not cool when you're in middle school at all. So the next set of numbers are 180, 18, and that's when I thought I was hot stuff. At 18 years old, I was a senior in high school and I weighed 180 pounds. I've never, ever been a tiny person. I'm still not a tiny person. And I just know that this has always been a struggle for me. When I got pregnant, I weighed about 190 pounds and I ballooned up to 245 pounds when I had Aaron. And I kept almost every bit of that throughout my adult life. When I had Jace in 2013, I weighed 284 pounds. That's almost 300 pounds. And I remember thinking, oh, well, you're pregnant and you did really good because when you were pregnant, you started out at 260. So you only gained about 20 pounds. And you know, that's respectable. That's a healthy weight gain during pregnancy. But looking at it now, you're not pregnant anymore. You still have every bit of the weight that you had when you had Aaron. And I weighed 271 pounds when I decided that's enough. It was March 9th. I was 2 days away from turning 30. And I remember very clearly standing in my classroom before school started that day and logging my very first meal in MyFitnessPal. And I was like, you know what? Something has to change. I'm tired of trying to pick out clothes and deciding that, well, I can't wear those pants with that shirt because my stomach roll is going to hang over, and this shirt has to be a loose shirt to go with these pants because they're too tight. And then the added stress of making sure that you were wearing Spanx every single day with your dresses because your little fat legs rubbed together and they chafed and it hurt. That's not sexy. That's not cool. And so I jokingly said when I started that my goal was to be able to wear a dress without my legs chafing. And I was joking. I never thought that would happen, but it did. I started out tracking all of my food in MyFitnessPal, and then I started doing little workouts on YouTube. And I can very clearly remember a couple of weeks in working out in my classroom after school, and I was in there alone. I didn't have anybody in there working out with me at the time. And I truly remember sitting there thinking I'm in the middle of trying to do a plank with my 271 pounds on my back and thinking it was not this hard to get fat. It was not this hard at all. But I didn't stop. And you can't stop either. So that is my story. Today I'm 31 years old. I am about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half into my journey. Since I had Jace at 284 pounds, I've lost about 124 pounds and I'm setting in the 160s. My ultimate goal is to be 155. That gives me a little bit of wiggle room. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, you need to stop now. Yes, I do. Got this neck skin right here. It's going on. It's kind of scary. But you know what? I need to keep pushing myself. I need to set goals just as you need to set goals. And you know what? Every one of us has been there. And if your story isn't that you've tried to lose weight, maybe your story is you need to gain weight. Whatever your story is, we need to make ourselves happy with our bodies. And we need to realize that we only get one body. What you put in it, that's the only one you get. You're not getting another one. So let's not put junk in it, because by the time we're 60 and 70 years old and we've treated our bodies terribly, we're going to look back and we're going to regret those decisions. So my question to you is, what's your goal? What are you going to do? Are you going to make a change? Are you not going to make a change? Because I promise you, if you do not make a change and you sit back and you look and you say, oh, well, 3 or 4 months ago, I really thought about starting, but I never did, and you're still sitting where you were 3 or 4 months ago, you're going to regret that. So this is my call out to you, friends. This is my story. What are you going to make your story? What are you going to do? Are you going to make a change? Are you going to do something to better yourself, to make yourself happy? Because I'm telling you what, when you get down to those goals and you look in the mirror and you can be really happy with what you see, that's a fantastic feeling. And I want everybody to be able to share in that feeling. So, I'm calling you out. What's your goal? What are you going to do, friends? Let me know. I'm here to help. Laters.